What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob. Doing another sample today. This is not deja vu. Alright, I've already done two of these size samples. One was the Balvenie Ton 1509. One was the Glenfiddich Project XX. And now I'm doing the Glenfiddich 26-year-old. Alright. This one's bottled at 43%. It is exclusively aged in Ex-Bourbon barrels. Ex-Bourbon barrels that come from an independent company that has Scottish heritage called Kelvin Cooperage in Kentucky. Okay, so this glass here has been sitting for about 28 minutes. Okay, I'm not gonna stir it up too much, but just get the legs on the glass to give you a look. It's 26 years old, so you would expect some solid legs on it. This one does have it. Alright. Thick viscosity. Okay. I can already smell it and I haven't even brought it to my nose. And that's something that if you're new to Scotch, you want to start to try to practice. Getting that smell before it even comes close to you, okay? So actually, I'm gonna be doing a how to drink whiskey video shortly, and we'll go through the basics in that one. So excuse me to my subscribers that are very familiar with how to drink whiskey, but I think the video can help some people. So anyway, Glenfiddich 26-year-old. I'm gonna talk about pricing a little bit here because it seems to vary depending on where you are, which is common. In Ontario, this has recently gone up to about $1,300. I think it's $1,269.95 to be exact, to be honest with you. So it's an expensive bottle, all right? You're looking at a higher class, higher end whiskey. This is a well-known company. Glenfiddich is world renowned, all right? And they're putting out a 26-year-old exclusively aged in one kind of cask, one type of barrel, okay? It's not a single barrel whiskey, but it's aged in only bourbon barrels. So the expense is there, okay? They buy their barrels from the Kelvin Cooperage, and it's not cheap to have barrels lying around the Glenfiddich distillery, especially when the turnaround is so large in the Glenfiddich distillery. That being said, this can be bought for about 360 pounds on both Masters of Malt and the Whiskey Exchange in the UK. So if you have the ability to buy from other locations, I highly recommend that you buy from either the UK, and I'm pretty sure you can find it for a lot better price in the United States as well. Glenfiddich, for the most part, has been pretty much on par with the other expressions. So like the 18-year-old is very similar in price in the United States than it is here, the 12-year-old, the 15-year-old, and whatnot. But I do feel that the 26-year-old, you're going to get a better deal elsewhere than you will at the LCBO. This is for a particular type of person. That's my son dropping his hockey stick upstairs. This is for a particular type of person, a type of person that makes quite a bit of money, that has a lot of expendable money, okay? Me personally, on a teacher budget, I couldn't go out and buy this. I'm gonna explain to you why I probably wouldn't if I had the money to spend on one or two bottles, just because I feel that it is very good stuff, but there are other things out there that you could pick up. Now, that doesn't mean that if you have that kind of money and you spend that kind of money on the regular, that I wouldn't recommend this, because I do recommend this, and you're gonna find out. Like I said, I'm gonna start by the nose, the taste, and we'll continue from there. Okay, it's very fruity. A lot of apple. Some peach. Get some vanilla. I would say candied apple. Almost like Jolly Rancher apple candy. It smells very, very sweet. There's a ton of honey in this as well on the nose. You do get that oak influence. Okay, it's not an overwhelming nose. You can tell it's really smooth, really old stuff. Okay, you can definitely tell that. I will say, bourbon lovers are gonna love this. If they love Scotch and they love bourbon, this is for the wealthy bourbon lover and Scotch lover, the optimal type dram you would want. Okay, on the palate. Super smooth, very little alcohol burn hardly any whatsoever. You get that apple, you get that peach, you get oak, like a cinnamon, oaky finish. The finish is pretty long actually. It's still going. Vanilla. A lot of oak spice on the finish, which is really nice. It definitely tastes its age. A lot of times you will try something that's 25 years old and you'll be like, that kind of smells or tastes like a 16-year-old or a 15-year-old, sorry. This definitely tastes its age. You can tell that it's been aged for a long while. Okay, again on the palate. Blasted with vanilla. If you like vanilla in your whiskey, the taste of vanilla, this is definitely the dram for you. A lot of peach, a lot of apple. Apple is probably the most dominant fruit, but vanilla is probably the most dominant taste on the palate. It's really sweet, almost candy sweet. For a lot of people, that's an excellent thing. Okay, so it's, if I had to rate it on sweetness, it's up there with close to a bourbon. Bourbons are very sweet in my opinion, and this is a super sweet dram. You can tell that it's bourbon aged. The finish is very long as well, so it's still going. I still taste it, which is a very good thing as well. So true testament to its age. All right. As a Canadian, $1,300 is a lot of money. Okay, I have a certain allowance for myself that I keep just so things don't get out of hand. And this year I've probably got a little bit out of hand, as you can tell on my desk. But that is one whiskey. So if this is not designed for guys like me that can, you know, that I just don't have that kind of fiscal flexibility, let's say. Whereas businessmen and lawyers and doctors, that this is the kind of drink that they're looking for, okay? Because they have the opportunity to go out there and purchase something a little bit more expensive, a little bit more to their liking, okay? And then this would definitely be that, okay? So I'm gonna mark this based on the quality of it and not the taste, or mark it based on the quality and taste, not the price, because that wouldn't be fair to the whiskey to market based on price. So I'm gonna say this is a solid A-, all right? In comparison to the Balvenie Ton, I would lean towards the Balvenie Ton in my opinion. It hits my flavor profile a little bit better than the Glenfiddich 26-year-old, but the Glenfiddich 26-year-old is excellent stuff as well, okay? So that's an A- for me. I do highly recommend it. If you have the kind of money where $1,300 is not a big deal for you, you should definitely go out and buy this, okay? This is definitely something very nice that you can open for your friends on Christmas, since that's coming around the corner, or New Year's, you're having a get together, you wanna, you know, have a little bit of something a little bit more fancy. This is definitely something that you would want to open for good friends if you have that kind of money, all right? So A-. I'm gonna be doing the Glenfiddich IPA this weekend, hopefully, if I can get to it. If not, early next week. Then I would like to open at least 2 more bottles before the end of the year. The Glengoyne 25-year-old is definitely going to be open before the end of the year, and if I can, I'd like to do the Dalmore 18-year-old. Okay, I've done a lot of Macallan, so the Macallan edition number 2 is probably going to be pushed back to the new year. But then again, I might have some time to do more than just 3 more whiskeys. Okay, I have quite a bit of options, and I also have this whole set that's, some of them are already open, so that's probably going to get done before the end of the new year as well. Again, I want to remind you guys that my whiskey of the year is coming up. Okay, if you've been paying close attention throughout the year, you probably have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to pick, but that will be revealed and it might surprise some of you. Okay, anyway, A-. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe below, and if you want to, you can add me on Instagram and Twitter at Whisky_in_the6 on Instagram, at Whisky_in_the_6 on Twitter, and on Facebook I'm Rob Reviews. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Cheers.